Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. All in when I show up, whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate.
Broken dreams in my pocket, golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, cause you caught it, you caught it. You're golden, golden, honestly you know it. Me under the street light right there, so I could show you. You're golden, golden, honestly you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine just so that I could show you. You're golden, yeah, you're that I could show you. You're golden. You're golden. You're golden. You're golden. Golden. You're golden. Yeah, you're golden. You know it. Yeah, you're golden. Golden. Golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street or at the end, so I could show you. Golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the golden. You're golden. Golden. chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put the fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. To go out of my mind, and all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put the fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. So we can fly again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport here on a Friday night. And what are we doing here on a Friday night? Well, I'll tell you. We've got the GTEs for a brand new series here at Simplay Motorsport. 6 rounds of these cars going round some beautiful, beautiful circuits. And what a series we've got in store. What a driver lineup we've got in store. I'm Matthew Duffin, not as always, because I don't do a Monday night, but I'm here joined by your Monday night co-commentator, Jamie Brazier. Jamie, good evening.
Good evening, Matt.
You well?
Yeah, I'm alright. How are you?
Very well, thank you very much. We've got some brilliant guys out there tonight. We are hoping to get 3 more in. Exmort not able to make this week, so he will miss out on this one, but we'll be back for next week at, I do believe, Bruno. I will get the calendar up just now to go ahead and tell you that one. Jamie, the GTs, similar to the GT3s in a way, we've got a lot of talent on this grid tonight.
Yeah, so there's a lot of talent on this grid, and yeah, the GTEs are very similar to the GT3 cars, but then again, there's a lot of differences. But yeah,
we've got an array of cars out there tonight. I think there's 6 GTE cars to choose from. If you're lucky enough to have the DLC, you can get yourselves the Porsche, but we've got a BMW out there in the hands of Andy tonight, so it'll be nice to see what Andy can do in his BMW. Many people will be noticing Andy in the Ginetta on a Thursday. Now we've got Maze Gamer after a great debut at Simplay Motorsport last week. He is here representing the Ford GT. Now what a car this car is, Jamie.
Yeah, that's a lovely car. Say recognisable around the world, and yeah, is it I think it might be a Le Mans class winner as well.
Not too sure about that one, but either way, it is an absolute beaut. BT's already picked himself a time penalty in the grid. We've got a Corvette in the hand of Vileside Racing 77, so nice to have him here, and nice to have him out there on the track for what will be his first appearance, as it will be for a few of these guys tonight. Corvette is his option, is his choice of weapon. What do we make to the Corvette?
Yeah, so the Corvette's a good car. Had a battle against it in the hands of Sutty Apex in the Le Mans 2.4 hour, and yeah, it is a very quick car.
I have to see what Vileside. A lot of rumours going around that this man is one man to watch tonight, so we'll have to keep our eyes on him as he progresses through. Who else have we got out there? We've got that Bozzy boy, as we see, Liam. Brilliant finish for Liam last night in the GT3s, for those who didn't watch it, and commentates with myself on a Monday, and commentates and runs the GT5s with yourself. Commentates for you on a Monday, and commentates for me on a Wednesday, Jamie. But your teammate in the GT3s, what a night this man had last night. You know, promoted from the Pro-Am to the Pro, and he struggled a bit in that Audi, and last night looked really good for him, and I'm super pleased that he managed to get a result. Can he get anything in this Porsche?
Yeah, so I think he had an absolutely amazing night last night. Got the results the team needed. Got a lot of points for the constructors and a lot of points for himself to make sure he stays in the Pro for next season. Whether he can do anything in the Porsche, I want to see him do well, but I don't think the Porsche is the right car for this. If it was quite a long endurance race, then yeah, I can see the Porsche doing well as it is very good on its fuel. But yeah, the likes of the Ford GT is just gonna destroy this. Indeed,
it is. It is a shame, but Liam used to drive the Porsche 2 seasons ago, so what can he do tonight? That's going to be the interesting one to see. Currently not set a lap time, as he looks quite comfortable in that. But we go to Disco. Now, Disco McDisco Face, like Liam, part of the Iron Brew roster, if you will, your stable of drivers. Races the BMW M6 on the GT3s. He's in the BMW tonight. What can he do? He said his GTE BMW is a different animal compared to the GT3, and we've seen how quick he is in that. So are we expecting him to be on the money straight away?
Oh yeah, expecting him to be straight on the money right at the bat. So seeing how quick he is in that BMW, that didn't look, it had some decent pace last night. So I have to see what he can do here. But yeah, I think he's going to be right up there from the get-go.
Yeah, I agree with you. Who else is out there tonight then? Ben Parkey making his Simplay debut, going for the 4GT, and he's another man, Jamie, that is one to watch. The Team Prolapse driver, and is a very, very quick guy, so I'm informed from Unorthodox. So keep your eyes on this man tonight. He's going to be crucial with Valside and Disco as well to see what they can do.
Yeah, so I've seen Ben Parkey in an LMP2 championship before, and he looks quick. But I know to say I've never seen him race this. To be fair, I've never seen many of the drivers on the grid race these. But yeah, so from seeing him in LMP2s, he looks quite quick.
He does. We'll have to keep an eye out on what he can do. Who else have we got out there? We've got Falgast, another debutant to Simplay Motorsport. He's also running in the Porsche. Is Falgast? Don't know a lot about Falgast here, so we'll have to keep our eyes out as to what he can do in this series. Not a lot being said, not a lot known. Currently P3 in his Porsche, so we'll have to keep an eye on what could be a bit of an unknown quantity tonight. We'll have to see what he can do. We know what DJ Phil and Liam have got. We don't know much about this guy, so we'll see what he's going to surprise us with.
Yeah, so he's gone quite under the radar at the minute, and he could just pull it out the bag when we least expect it. So we're talking about Ben Parkey and Valside, that Val guys might come from out of nowhere and take pole and take the win.
Yeah, let's keep our eyes on him as he goes through tonight. BT Targa, as we know, in the Pro-Am League, races in the Mercedes. He's in the 4 tonight. Another Prolapse driver out there, a part of the Prolapse roster out there. And we know BT Targa's a quick guy in that Mercedes in the Pro-Am. GTE's in the 4, different car completely to what the Mercedes-Benz AMG is. This is going to be a different BT we're going to see tonight, I reckon. In a more stable car, we could see him really sort of let loose.
Yeah, so again, we've seen how quick he is in the Merc, and yeah, say always up the front in Pro-Am, and yeah, with being in that 4GT, which is the quickest out of the GTE cars, I reckon he can do some serious stuff.
Well, he's got a grid penalty already for speeding in the pit lane, so we'll see how much that is at the end of it. We've got Nicky as well. Nicky, part of the Team Prolapse team here at Simplay Motorsport. Obviously they're not allowed to name each other the same this season. That may change into next year with the amount of Prolapse drivers that are on the grid. He's not out on track, so we can't see what he's in. And he is a man who's running the Simplay colours, if you will, the red and black. Dan Davis, Unorthodox as we know him, in his traditional number 16 livery. But I must say, it is a very Simplay coloured car, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He's sporting the Simplay colours. They're lovely, and yeah, that's a very nice looking car.
What can he do tonight then? We've seen him at the minute pushing Gary 131 all the way in the Pro Series this year. He's really hunting that championship down. Can Dan be one to watch in this series, do we think?
Yeah, I think Dan could be one to watch in this series. Yeah, definitely. But I think most of the grid's going to be right up the front. It's going to be so tight, this grid.
It is going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on. Who else do we have that is out there? Nicky's on track now. We've got the Only G, returning the Only G after he did a bit of the season last season in Season 2 in the GT3s. He's back for the GTEs. We've seen him on Monday night, but PlayStation issues meant he couldn't race. So what can G do in his Ford GT then? We know G, multiple world record holder. He's a very, very quick driver. What can this man do tonight with the quicker drivers out there that we've not yet seen in the GTEs?
Well, I believe G is a GTE champion on another league. So yeah, that definitely puts him right up there for championship contenders straight away. It
does as well. Let's go back to Nicky. Let's see what Nicky's running in. He's currently out on the track. There he is, look, and that isn't Nicky. There's Nicky in the blue and orange BMW, the 52 car. Then in the 4GT again. A lot of Fords out there tonight. Who haven't we seen just yet? Seen Maze, haven't we? We've seen Maze Gamer, yeah. DJ Phil, I think, is the last one we haven't seen.
Yeah, he's still in the pits at the minute.
We have got Xmart, who will be joining us next week. He's away tonight, not able to race this one. And we should have as well couple of others. Fury not here yet, Grandad Stee not here, and Sam Thumbfinger as well not here tonight. So we are down to 12 runners instead of the traditional 16. Let me go through the calendar for you then. This season we start here at Oscherslaben A, and then we move next week to Bruno, however you want to say it, in what will be an interesting race there. Not seen that since season 1 of the GT3s. We also went to the Red Bull Ring for the third round. We've not seen that since season 1 either, so Red Bull Ring going to be interesting in these cars. We then go to Zolder, which will be an interesting track. Zolder, a favourite among some people. It's kind of one of them that a lot like it, a lot hate it, but we'll see what happens there. Watkins Glen International then is round 5, and to bring up the end of the season we are at Sakito GP, or as many people who follow the Formula 1 know, Suzuka. So what a job these boys have got here on this calendar this season. It's going to be action-packed all the way. It's going to be really interesting to see. Who's your money on for the championship?
Ooh, I think it's a very tough question. At the minute, from what I know about the people in GTEs, I'd have to put my money on the only G. Say him being a former champion of these, it's hard to look past him, but we won't know until the first race who's going to be up there, because some of these I've never seen drive a GTE car before.
Yeah, exactly. It is going to be an interesting one to see. It's going to be an interesting one to keep our eyes on as we go through as well. It's going to be interesting to see what Liam and DJ Phil can do tonight. Obviously, reverse grid for next week. So it's going to be an interesting one. A bit like the Monday night GT5 leagues, the reverse grid will be championship reverse. So those who don't turn up tonight will start at the back. Those who finish tonight will be reverse championship order for burnout next week as we go into that one, which will all be obviously announced grid order and things on the Discord and the Facebook page and stuff. As Outside has just had a new fastest lap, 2 tenths quicker than Andy. What car strikes you as the favourite other than the 4GT tonight then? There's no Ferraris out there, there's only one Corvette, no Aston Martins either. So what car other than the 4GT, Jamie, strikes you as a car that you're... Oh, Jamie's just popped away. He's just messaged me. He's just popped away. He's just doing this shopping. So Jamie should be back. We'll get to be on board Disco then towards the end of this race. I'll answer my own question. I'm looking forward to seeing what this BMW can do, because it's a car that doesn't strike me as the quickest in these GT category, but it's going to be interesting to see what Andy and Disco can do in this machine. And DJ Phil, for that matter, because he's in the BMW as well. So let's see what these boys can do to get the best out of this. We've got 10 people watching. We've got Disco in the chat, Andrew Clegg, that Buzzy Boy, and Cosmic Mike as well in the chat. So nice to be in a car that isn't a Ginetta, says Andrew in the chat then. So nice to see, Andrew. Nice to see you up the pace again, up the top order of the grid. 10 people watching, 10 likes on the stream. Guys, thanks for the support. Thanks for the support over the last couple of weeks as well in the GT3s and the GT5s on a Monday. We'll be back live Monday night for the next round of the GT5s, where we'll be at Alton Park Island. Can myself keep on the winning streak of 2 at the moment? Can anybody else get to that front rain around for that one as well? Because the GT5s and GTs are done by randomly picked weather, not the live weather that we go off for our main series, our main GT3 series then. 3 people, top 3, Vile, Andy and G, within 0.6 of a second of each other, and then you drop to BT Targ, who's 1.3 off the back. Liam at the minute, P9 ahead of Maze and Nicky, and not too far off the back of Unorthodox, only 8 tenths, and is into the 126, so that is a good time from Liam. He'll be looking for more from there. We hope to get Jamie back before the end of qualifying, which has 16 seconds left. Then so people coming to the end of their laps. Vileside is done, BT Targ has done that, Bozzy Boy is done for his qualifying as well. What about my 50th appearance? Well, I was just about to get to that one, as I've just mentioned you in qualifying. That Bozzy Boy, we may get a word with him in a moment. He's making his 50th appearance here at Simplay Motorsport, and that's not fun races or anything else. That's 50 competitive races in which Liam, that bossy boy, has made tonight. And what an improvement he's been since day one on the pad at Nürburgring, to being promoted to the Pro Season 2, to now, you know, starting to mingle with some of the better drivers. This is going to be a fascinating night to see what Liam can do in these cars. So congrats on the 50th appearance, and we hope for many, many more brilliant races from yourself to come. It's going to be a tough stream tonight, I think, because there's a football match on apparently tonight, which is a shame. But either way, Disco's done in the pits then. There's a couple of guys coming to the end of their lap. I don't have control over the cameras, so we are awaiting Jamie Brazier to come back to get onto the cameras. Peaceful Stepdad, Ian, brilliant to see you here. Good evening, all he says. Nice to see you here, Ian. Brilliant to have another regular in the chat. Great to have the support as well. We have got qualifying coming to an end, and qualifying has came to an end. So for pole position for the first time in the GT5s this season, then that'll go to Valside, so he will take the one and only point of the beginning of this season. So already jumping into a place where he's looking very, very comfortable. He'll start on pole from Andy in second place. Only G will start third. Improved towards the end, but couldn't find the time. BT Target would have been fourth. He has a one-place grid penalty. He'll drop to fifth place. Falgas will then be in sixth in fourth. BT fifth with Disco starting sixth place. Ben Parkey will be down in seventh. Unorthodox in eighth. Mace Gamer ninth. That Bozzy Boy 10th. Nicky 11th. And DJ Green will bring up the rear then. And we'll get underway now. Just got plenty of top people watching. Let's get them comments in the chat. Get your comments in of who you think's going to win, who you think's going to be the man to take the first win of the season, who you think may be a contender for the championship this season in the GTEs. It's going to be an interesting season. 6 races, 45 minutes long in time. So this race tonight is a 30-lap race. Mandatory pit stop, pit window is at lap 8. Full damage, tyre wear and fuel as well, which we run here at Simplay Motorsport. So the drivers have got to be careful. It's not all guns blazing here. You've really got to take your time and make sure you can get the job done. Just waiting for the drivers to ready up, and then we will be underway, and we hopefully will have Jamie Brazier back to do the cameras as well. Up to 14 likes, guys, appreciate this so much. Really does mean a lot to the channel and the community here at Simplay Motorsport. Good luck everyone. Money is on G, says Cosmic Mike. Me, says that Bozzy Boy. Hey Liam, I'd love you to take a win from where you are, mate. I'd love to see you on the podium, but this calibre of grid is going to be hard to beat. Even to Bethany Ann Duffin. Gary's not here tonight, but she's still showing her support. What a job by Beth. Good luck everyone, says Peaceful Stepdad. We are just waiting the drivers then to ready up, and once they've readied up, it will be time to go. Still just waiting. Time ticking by as we are getting ready to go for the first time here tonight in the GTEs, for the first time here at Simplay Motorsport in the GTEs. Oscherslaben, a German course. Not yet seen it here at Simplay in the GT3s, and we are all ready to go. We've still not got Jamie back, so hopefully he can hurry up. But the revs are rising now for the first time tonight. We've got a 30-lap race ahead of us, and it's Valside on pole from Andy. And we're green here. Oscherslaben, and Valside has not got away well in his Corvette. Andy gets a great start. G has to take avoiding action, and that's Falguest, who's already got a good run as well down into turn 1. There's 2 Fords. Wow, one on its roof. Over the... that's Ben Parkey, I do believe. Big damage to his car, so he's going to have to pit really early. Hopefully he's got a reset button and doesn't have to retire early doors then. Valside did not move off the line and is down to P4 already. I didn't quite see who Ben Parkey got caught up with, but what an incident that was to start this race. And Vile then right down the pack. He's got BT on the... sorry, he's got Falgast on the back of him, and he's trying to hunt down Disco McDisco Face, who got a great jump. Hi Bethany, says Peaceful Stepdad. What a dramatic start to this one then. Just looking back at the replay, And it looked like 2 of the 4 GTs got caught up with each other. Apologies, we can't change camera angle yet. Jamie is away. We hope to get him back as quick as possible. But out front, the front three have gone. And Vileside now is trying to keep BT Targa behind him as Falgas. What's happened to Disco? Actually, what has happened to Disco? As I was looking away at the replay, Disco and G look like they've made a mistake somewhere. So it's Andy out front on his own. We've lost a driver already. That is Ben Parkey, who has retired from the race. What a shame this is. So Ben Parkey will not score a point here tonight. What a shame for his start to his season. That's not where he would have wanted to be. No points for Ben Parkey then. Already a retirement. Clearly either had too much damage or was on his roof and didn't have a reset button. But away he comes now. We're going down the straight. Let's see if he's in the chat to give us a quick comment on what was the problem. Guess I've got to support Dan on this one. And hi, peaceful stepdad. Dan Francis, can't give a like on phone, but here's a comment. Is this Pro-Am looks like our standard? It was a poor getaway. Maze and Nicky then have already pitted at the end of that one. Pit window obviously not really mattering like it is in the GT3s. In this one, the damage was there for them to pit. And that is clearly what they have done. We have lost Ben Parkey then. We are down to 11 runners in this race. We apologise. We hope to get Jamie back as quick as possible. Here's away, putting the shopping away. Who books their shopping for this time of night, eh? Terrible, isn't it? But we have got Falgas then on the back, slowly gaining on the back of Andy. This is Vileside, sorry, not Falgas. Falgas there is behind him. BT Targa's 4th. Dan is in P5. Ahead of G. That Bozzy boy is already up to 7th and has already got past a few of the cars off the start. He qualified 9th and he's already up to 7th. Nicky still in the pits. He looks like he's going to be a lap down in this one here. As Vileside still going round, lap 2 of 30 then. Not a lot I can tell you at the moment. Can't see much of the action because, like I say, Jamie not here just yet. So I'm trying to bring you as much as I can at the moment without trying to hurt the race. That there, you hear the engine of Nicky. Is that him out the pit lane and away? If it is, he's a lap down. Now, the other cars have got to pit. Nicky won't have to pit again here with the substantial damage he suffered on that car. So Nicky will be fine to keep going in this one. He does not have to pit again. But what a start to his night. He's not gone the way he'd have wanted it to. He'd have wanted this to be an absolutely brilliant and to be an absolute mega start for himself. Excuse me. So then, it's Falgas. It's Andy from Vileside, from Falgas, BT Targa, Unorthodox, The Only G, That Bozzy Boy, Disco, DJ Phil, Maze Gamer and Nicky bringing up the rear at the minute. What are these guys going to do in this one? It's going to be an interesting one to see. But so far, no real indication as to what is happening with these guys. No real news of Jamie being back, which is a shame because we need Jamie back. We need Jamie back to change the camera angle, because at the minute we're just sat watching the same person. It's not what you guys want to see at home. It's not what anybody wants to see. We want to get onto the other camera angles here, but we can't at the minute. We apologise for this. Vileside, though, I will say, is chipping away at Andy's lead, and we could have a battle shortly. The gap's now down to 1.6 seconds. G has got past Dan on the timing screen, so Dan's down to P6. Vileside here, coming round turn 2. Long right-hander as they make their way up towards turn 3. Short straight, and then again a long sweeping left-hand corner. Just got to be careful, don't want to get greedy on the power, and this Corvette purring its way round there then. You see the camera wobbling as Falgas is 3rd. Now then, what can Disco do to get back towards the front in his BMW? What can G and Dan do in their 4 GTs to get near the front? This is crucial for these guys at the moment. Really is crucial to get this job done. Vileside really now starting to put the pressure on Andy, starting to get closer. He's already gained 4/10 this lap, and you just get the sense that Corvette's just got that little bit over the BMW. Andy, obviously a very quick and capable driver. You've seen him take many a win here at Simplay, especially his wins in the Ginetta this year at Spa was an outstanding achievement for Andy. So he's going to want to make sure that he's on his form here and on his game at the minute, and Vileside really though starting to chip away at him. Half a second he gained over the last lap. In fact, he gained more than that, but I remember the gap being 1.6. It was 1.1 as they crossed the line. And look at under the brakes how much Vileside is closed under the braking then in towards turn 1, doing an absolute stellar job. Andy currently leading out front. We are 5 laps into this race. Disco is now on the back of that Bozzy Boy. That is for P7. We can't show it you. It's there in the background. Look, coming into turn 1. Disco was up his inside, and it looks like he's maybe kept that job. We'll see. Nope, Liam's got him back on the timing screens. Again, apologies that we can't bring you the action. Jamie still not back yet. We are 5 laps into this race. He's missed a couple of minutes of qualifying, so we cannot bring you any of this action, and we do apologise for it at this moment. Please do bear with us, and we hope to get Jamie back as soon as possible to get the cameras done. But at the moment, it is not going the way that these boys... Well, I say it's not going the way that these boys would have wanted. It's going exactly the way these boys would have wanted it. It's not going the way that... Disco would have wanted it, or Nicky, or Mays, Ben Parkey as well, who's already retired from the race. It's not going his way at all, as he's retired from this one. And what a shame as well, because Ben Parkey was saying before the race, he's one of the guys that could really do something here, and could really be a guy to watch in this race.
I ain't going to catch the leaders.
Who is going to be the man to step up to the plate and to take control of this race? It looks like Vileside is really now starting to wheel Andy, and Andy back down into the 25s on his lap time, and that's a good job from Andy there, because he's done exactly what he's needed to do. The problem is he's not being able to keep ahead of Vileside, and this is the biggest problem. What we're going to try and do here, we're going to try and get you Dan's onboard footage just to give you something else to look at while we await Jamie Brazier. Just going to try and get his set up now. Do apologise for the little bits on the screen. We are trying to bring you another camera view at this moment in time, so please bear with us for this moment. We're going to just load up Daniel's camera in the bottom left corner so you can get an onboard of Dan Unorthodox as you know him. There we go. So there is Dan, just to give you another perspective of what is happening out there. There is Unorthodox then, flying the flag at the moment. Again, apologies for this one. Jamie's still not here yet, and we still have no cameraman to provide you with the footage that you guys deserve. As Vileside now is within 9/10 of a second of Andy, and we have lost another driver. We are down to 10, and that is Nicky, who's retired. So we're down to 10 drivers here. Nicky clearly struggling in that one, and he has retired from that from this race. What a shame to see Nicky retire in this one. We've lost Nicky, we've lost Ben Parkey. That is a real shame. Vileside now starting to attack the back of Andy here then. Down the straight he goes, round turn 3. He's starting to get on the back of the BMW. Finally some action for you guys who are watching to see what is happening here then. Is Vileside doing a decent job in this Corvette. He's just been chipping away at Andy's time. Andy was a little quicker on the last lap, but he's within half a second now. Vileside really starting to get on the back of Andy here, and he's really starting to make him think about a little bit now. We're on to lap 7, and hopefully we have a nice little clean fight. I put on a bit of a show for us while we're sat here waiting for Jamie to get back. Again, I cannot apologise enough, ladies and gentlemen. It is a shame. I have got Dan Unorthodox's stream up, so that you can see some other action on the track. So that Bozzy Boy has got passed by Disco in the end. He's dropped off the back of Disco a couple of seconds. He's well in front of DJ Phil. He's 8th though at the minute, so he'll take that one. Excuse me, in the championship. Doing exactly what he needs to do. Vileside though now right on the back of Andy, and has got still got a good job and a good fight here to keep this one going. Vileside then looking to attack Andy. He's looking at the outside of turn 3. He's not going to do it round there. He knows that one, and he tucks it back in and waits. Now you sort of come up to this long left-hander. Then a corner will appear, but it's not really a corner. This part here, look, where they're about now, you sort of straight line that, and then into the right hander, which tightens up. Now into the right, left, right chicane. Again, you can pretty much straight line that as well. As you see the drivers doing there, brilliantly done. Great work from these two, one in the BMW, one in the Corvette. Outside down in the 24, so lapping brilliantly at the moment. Falguest has lost out to G, so G is now up into third. Can G start to bring himself on the back of this battle? It's going to be important to be. Sorry, I had loaded the wrong setup. Car was undrivable, says Nicky. That's fine, mate. We obviously will see you back Wednesday, and we'll see you next week for this one as Valside's going up the inside of Andy and has got that job done. And that is Valside into the lead of this race then here on lap 8 of 30. And Andy then has got work to do. We've also lost Mays Gamer from this one, so he as well will not score a single point. What a shame for Mays, what a shame for Nicky, what a shame for Ben Parkey. 3 drivers not scoring points, but they'll be the 3 to start at the front of the grid next week, so they'll have the benefit of the reverse grid draw. And down to 9 then tonight, down to 9 drivers then, and Valside here doing exactly what he needs to do, and he's in the lead. Oh, he's got a bit of a wiggle coming through turn 3, a bit slidey on the rear end, and Andy may see that and take advantage of this one. Disco McDisco faces into the pits already then. So Disco McDisco Face, the first man to come into the pits at the end of lap 8, taking advantage of an early stop. Eight people watching, 15 likes. Apologies for the fact that for the 9 laps of this race we've been on Valside. Jamie Brazier not there at the minute to do the cameras for us. We do apologise for this. We hopefully will get it sorted and it won't happen again. So Valside down the straight, leads from Andy 0.6 of a second. The gap is now Dan on his stream. He's not really near anybody yet. He's a couple of seconds behind, 7 seconds behind G, and he's got BT Targa on the rear of him a little bit. So can Dan have a fight with BT? Falguest is into the pits as well at the end of 9. So Liam should go back up into P6, should I say. And I don't really know how much more to say. That Bozzy Boy is coming to the pits at the end of lap 9. I don't really know what else to say at the minute because we've just been kind of watching the same man for 10 laps here. So I'm kind of lost for words at the moment. So I don't really know what to say. For those who are watching, if you're interested, it's 0-0 in the football. I don't know how interested you are. But yeah. 9 drivers left, started with 12. We've lost Ben Parkey, we've lost Nicky, we've lost Mays Gamer. Nicky and Mays damaged, pitted at the end of lap 1. Ben Parkey was on his roof. Not sure what happened to Ben in the end, whether it wasn't a reset button or what. DJ Phil's got past that Bozzy Boy. That Bozzy Boy could go a lap down here, but Valside has yet to pit. So is Andy, so is G, Dan, BT Targa as well. Falguest has pitted. DJ Phil's yet to come in. Lap 11 of 30. Valside down through turn 1 and turn 2 for the 11th time. Back up the straight he comes in towards turn 3. I'd love to bring you other cars, ladies and gents, but I can't at the moment. BT Targa is all over the back of Dan. Valside then towards the chicane, 11th time round, and I'm tempted to end the stream here because I mean we're nearly halfway through this race. We've not had another driver on the camera bar, Andy, and we are just losing viewers. And apologies to you guys who have tuned in tonight on this Friday night. Apologies to you guys. Our cameraman isn't here. I don't know where he is. He got to put the shopping away last I got told, but that was a good 20 minutes ago. And I think... Oh, he's back. Oh, he's back. There we go.
I apologise for that.
Yeah, no worries.
Apologise to everyone watching.
He is back, so we have got Jamie back. We can now go on to the battle of Unorthodox and BT Targa, so we can now bring you another car look, ladies and gentlemen. It's a brilliant thing to see. As we can get rid of Dan's stream now, we can actually watch him on the track. And we lost 3 drivers, Jamie. Nicky, Maze Gamer and Ben Parkey have all retired from the race. Ben Parkey was on his roof early on. And this, the battle of the 4GT. DJ Phil has pitted now. That's at the end of lap 11. The only 2 that's not come in then, sorry, the only 3 that's not come in, 5, sorry, apologies, are Vileside, Andy, the only G, Unorthodox and BT Targa. As we've lost Ben Parkey, Nicky and Maze Gamer from this one. So we're down to 9 drivers at this moment in time. Dan has got BT Targa chasing him hard here.
Yeah, so two identical cars, and say it's just going to be about how they drive the car. Well, how late they brake, how early they are on the power.
Indeed, as Dan then, in his red, white and black livery, you can just hear him very cautious around there and into the chicane. He'll take that chicane so quick, so beautifully done. Liam's got past Falguest, so that's after their pit stops as well. Liam's 4 seconds up the road of Falguest, so good job from Liam at the minute, running in P6. He's away off of these guys, but these guys obviously the top 5 not yet pitted on board or on the chase view. Now we're on board with BT Targa. Let's see how hard he's working at the wheel. Nice and smooth through there. What about the final corner? Yeah, nice and smooth again, and just patient on the power, Jamie.
Yeah, lovely and patient. He's just taking his time. He knows there's a lot of laps to go. He's just trying to sit there behind, but make sure he knows that Dan knows that he's there, and it might put Dan under pressure and make a mistake.
Yeah, it's an interesting one at the minute. Dan, we don't see him make too many mistakes under pressure. Dan's quite a cool, calm character, although that was a bit on the grass from Daniel there, so a little bit of a mistake from him.
Yeah, he was a little bit wide there, but he's cut the apex in quite nice and tight, and they pulled a bit more away from BT Targa now. Yeah,
I wonder if Dan just had the better of BT Targa through that section of the circuit. BT very wide entry into the corner as they come up towards the chicane. Very smooth at the wheel is BT. Excuse me. That's Dan. Yeah, Dan's just stretched his legs a little bit here.
And he's closed in on Vel side.
He has indeed. So the BMW driver of Andy, look how basic the cockpit is on the BMW, is right on the back of him. Who's that just behind? Is that Liam or is that Falguest? Who is just behind? It's one of the Porsches.
That's Liam. Liam's got the white banner, and Falguest has got the red one.
Well, they excuse me, apologies. Yeah, so there we go then. They've put a lap on Liam. That was done in the pits, if I remember rightly. So we are down to the 9 drivers. We've lost Maze, we've lost Nicky. Nicky saying he'd loaded the wrong setup. We've also lost Ben Parkey after that one. The other 2 retired not so long ago. But Andy and Valeside here. Andy just gaining back onto the rear of him. G slowly caught up because he was 10 seconds behind. That gap's down into the 8s. We've got BT as well, trying to stay with Dan. That is, I think, DJ Phil, who's a lap down. We didn't actually get to see DJ Phil's car in qualifying because he was in the pits. What this will mean, though, is Ben Parkey will start pole. Nicky will start second, and Maze Gamer will start third for next week in the reverse grid draw. There is DJ Phil's number 12 BMW, so let's see what he can do. So you've got some seriously quick guys at the front of the grid for next week.
Yeah, you have. You've got some seriously quick guys at the front. So the people at the back, as Valeside now pits from the lead onto lap 14.
Yeah, so Valeside in.
Yeah, so there'll be a lot of quick guys at the front. So whoever wins this race is going to be thinking. Oh, there's going to be thinking about next week, thinking how far in front some of his title challengers could be.
There's Falguest just in front of these 2, and you're absolutely right there, Jamie. Falguest just in front, who's about to go a lap down on auto. His Porsche's got some severe damage there, hasn't he?
Yeah, they've just done G in the pit.
Yeah, G and Valeside have been done in the pit lane.
Yeah, there's the notorious turn 1.
Long old pit lane here at Oscherslaben. And Valside is away. G in his pit box now. So now is hammer time for Andy. Will he try that little overcut? Will he wait a bit longer? It's halfway through the race exactly.
Yeah, so if I was Andy, I'd just keep going as long as possible, knowing that he's got some clean air, smashing some quality lap times, and yeah, go try and jump down at in the pits.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? BT Targa, could get the undercut on Dan. They're still within a quite close battle here. 20 seconds off the back of Andy, so they've not been able to make the inroads on Andy. Valside is only 12 seconds behind BT Targa. And Liam's still away behind, but he's only a couple of seconds up the road from Disco, so Disco gaining on Liam a little bit here. Not sure what happened to Disco and G early parts. They was second and third, and they had an off, so I'm not sure what happened to them two, but it was a shame because they was running well, and it was 2 BMWs in the top 3. But it's a BMW that leads this race at the moment by 21 seconds from Dan and BT Targa, and BT Targa is just again now, Jamie, starting to get onto that back of the Dan's Ford GT there, and it's just putting him under pressure.
Yeah, he's just slowly inching up onto the back, and Dan's just going to see that blue and white Ford GT get closer and closer in his mirrors, and know that he's got to push a bit more.
This is where Dan seems to stretch his legs a little bit over BT though. Let's see if he does it again this lap. Dan obviously with his lights on, BT not choosing to put the lights on just yet. Maybe a flash of the lights might just strike Dan. Touring car tactics, but nothing is yet. He's just lost a tenth and a half. Oh, bit of a wiggle on the bit of a wiggle on the curb at the chicane. And no, he has. He's lost the rear. So BT Targa there, just an error coming through the chicane, and that's really sort of unsettled the car coming onto the back straight, and that's allowed on Orthodubs to get away then. That Buzzy boy has got Disco chasing the back of him as he's about to lap DJ Phil on board with the bonnet cam of Disco McDisco face down in towards turn 1. They're about to lap DJ Phil. Now, unlike the like the GT3s, unlike the GT5s, lap back markers don't have to get out of the way. It's a bit like the World Endurance Series for the way that these guys have to lap each other.
Yeah, I was going to say, in real life, they've now actually changed the first corner here at Oscherslaben.
Alright. Not as tight?
No, so where there's a little cut off. Oh, Disco's getting right close up to the rear bumper of Liam, putting him under pressure.
Oh, and these two both part of the Iron Brew Racing team. Not, although Disco's on loan at Simplay Racing for this year because their drivers have both gone. Disco on loan. Yes, Simplay.
Trying to sit next to get in the passenger seat next to Liam as he goes for it here.
Good move. Good little lunge up the inside from Disco McDisco face there, and that's that job done on Liam. Can Liam answer back to him? No, he's already a bit too far back. Race leader then, Andy, at the end of lap 17, has come into the pits, and these guys will get to unlap themselves now. And that is job done. If these two unlap themselves, they've lapped DJ Phil. Falgas got damaged behind, so 6th and 7th maybe this guy's race for the evening.
Yeah, where it cuts through on that turn there, that's where they've changed the first turn now, so it's a bit quicker and less tighter.
Well, there we go then. Now the man to watch is Valside. Can he get towards Andy? Where is Andy? He's moving out the pit lane. Valside's coming now, and Andy's already coming out to turn 1, so I think Andy's jumped him. Yeah, going that little bit longer, Jamie. Andy's got the jump by some margin over Valside here, and Valside's still yet to clear BT Targa.
Yeah, he's gained about 5 seconds in that pit stop. So that's a brilliant pit. A couple of laps there by Andy, and a brilliant pit stop to jump into the lead of the race, and by some margin as well.
There's Falgas is back in the pits to repair his damage. Can DJ Phil maybe pick up another position? We said we didn't know too much about Falgas. I suppose we still don't really, because obviously if he's got damage on his car, you may not be seeing him at his best, but he's still going here, 3/4 distance. Well, you've got to get to around about... I haven't even worked it out, to be honest with you. I'll have to do that now. But Unorthodox leads this race for the time being. And what can he do from here? Jamie, in terms of his pit stop, BT had the problem. What can Dan do?
Yeah, say again, he's smashing in some quick lap times. I mean, the quickest person that lap was Andy's come back into the pits.
Oh,
so what's happened?
Did Andy jump the start and get a drive-through then? Well, that's opened the doors to Unorthodox and BT Target to maybe catching them when he pits.
He's got enough fuel in the car as well.
That's a strange one. They've got to get to lap 23 to score points. They're on lap 19. So Andy's still in the pits. Falguest, I'm an old GTE runner-up from another league, he says in a league. So there we go. Falguest has a great calibre. We've just not been able to see that one tonight. We know Andy is good as well. 27-year-old and race kart, so nice one. Falguest, obviously we're not being able to see you at your best tonight. Hopefully we do in the weeks to come. Andy away, so quick pit stop. I wonder if his first stop was a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, so that could be the case, because it's they 100% he stopped there. And so that was
on a direct drive one wheel as well. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and so that was a big margin that Andy jumped Vettel side by. So yeah, it could have been a drive-through.
Now the question as well here, Jamie, is this brings Dan and BT Targa back into play with this one, doesn't it? It brings them in to a chance to jump Andy after they're stopped. And I think Dan may be reacting to this one as he's coming in at the end of lap 19. So Unorthodox is in. BT Targa's not yet to pit. Will he pit now? Let's see Dan stop. There is BT.
Oh, he saved it.
Well held. Well held.
Beautiful save.
Yeah, well held there from BT, but
outside is going to be all over the back of him now.
Where's Andy at? G's jumped Andy in the pit, so G was net third place. So G's jumped Andy. Has this worked in Dan's favour?
Yeah, Dan's got him. I think Dan's already on the way out, and Andy's not even coming into the final couple of turns yet. So yeah, I reckon
Andy could be fighting Dan on his way out, that is for sure. But G jumped Andy. Dan's now out the pit, so he's been released from the limiter, so he's away. And Andy's only just crossing the line. Where is Dan? There he is. Shoots out of the pit lane then and into turn 1. And the red, white and black Ford GT car up into P4, and we reckon he'll be P3 when this man pits, BT Targa. So BT Targa and Andy might be a bit closer than what Dan and Andy was, given the fact that BT's had a few slides and a few errors and was a little bit behind Unorthodox before Unorthodox pitted. So BT could be closer to Andy. 9 drivers left. We did have 12. We've lost Nicky, we've lost Maze Gamer, and we lost Ben Parkey earlier in this race. We are down to the final 9. You've got to get to lap 23 to score a point in this one. Oh, it's BT Targa. He's
a little sideways there.
I said earlier that his stable looks pretty, his setup in qualifying looked pretty stable, but I don't know, in the race it's just all a bit all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, so he's just making, it's either the setup or he's just making a few mistakes, just not hitting the apex where he wants, because Velside is all over the back of it.
Yeah, what we saw with oh, there we go, BT's ran a little wide, and Velside's going to have a look up the outside.
Will he go for the cut back?
I tell you what, BT so late on the brakes. Dean Wasaki says hi all. It's nice to see Dean in. And Velside here really now starting to hassle the back of that 4GT. Oh, he's gone a little wide, bit of an error. Well, what we saw earlier when he was behind Andy is he was patient and really waited to get past him. Liam's dropped off the back of Disco. That's nearly 10 seconds between them two. Andy's 7 seconds behind Dan. G's only 9 seconds off the back of this battle and was quicker last time around. So if G can kind of get the hurry up, can he get on the back of these two for the position?
Yeah, so if he's faster by at least a second a lap, he'll definitely be on the back. And yeah, so he'll get on the back of them. Passing them's another thing, though.
Yeah, exactly. BT Targa still got to pit, So G really needs to get that hurry up now to catch Valside while BT's still out on the circuit. If G's going to get this one done.
Yeah, say Valside's just got nothing down the straight because that 4 GT is so quick, but it's just through the corners where he has the advantage.
Keeping it tight to turn 2. You're just hearing impatient on the throttle to get on the power on the exit to the corner. G's coming down this. Sorry, G's into turn 1, and again was a bit quicker. Very wide, yeah. G again 1.4 quicker last lap, so he's just chipping away. At the time is the only G. And you feel that if G
Valside wide again at the same place.
Yeah, exactly the same sort of incident there. Was very, very wide, touched the grass and just seemed to go straight on. And not what he'd have wanted at all. So he's just losing that momentum at that part of the track, isn't he, to BT Target?
Yeah, say just dropping off a bit. He just needs to regroup. He knows BT Target's he's got a few mistakes, so and that BT's got to pit again. So
yeah,
Valside's just got to be patient.
Patience is the name of the game, and is that BT Target coming in? No.
He's very wide there. Valside's quite tight round.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be hitting his apexes, does he? Just BT Target, but he's still very quick out the corner. A couple of tenths quicker than Valside last lap. There is BT. Let's see him down into turn 1. Not really want to hit the apex that corner because it's just a big bump. There's DJ Phil keeping out the way, so nicely done from Phil. And G again, G a lot quicker down into the 24s was the only G, so really sparking up a good lap there and getting that gap under 8 seconds now between the leaders.
Ooh,
it's about 7 seconds to Valside.
Yeah, BT nearly he was nearly on the grass. Yeah, just in the gravel then.
Just struggling a little bit, isn't he?
Valside going to make the same mistake? Not this time.
No, keeps it a bit tighter and is now a lot closer to the back of BT to have a look at him.
Ooh, they both have a bit of a wiggle there.
Oh, you see BT get a wiggle mid-corner just as he touched the curb. He seemed to have a bit of a wiggle up over the curbs, over the through the left chicane they go. Now can he get the run? This is where the Ford will be able to stretch its legs and pull away just that little bit here from Valside. And he's having a look into the right-hander, but tucks back in and can't get that one done. To the right, to the left. This isn't the cha-cha slide, there, this is the GTs round Oscherslaben.
Yeah, you got a good one there as BT comes in.
Yeah, BT into the pit, so crucial now. Where will he come out in relation to Andy and Dan then? Andy's lost a bit more time to Dan over the last couple of laps. A couple of seconds he's lost. There's G, he's about to lap DJ Phil, I do believe that is.
Yep.
So DJ Phil about to go a lap down. And stays well right to G. Let's G through, no hassle there. So G up into second.
Oh, had a bit of a slide coming through there and a bit of a slide on the way out as well.
Just wanting to put the power down, didn't he? Unorthodox has done BT Targa, so where's Andy? BT Targa's away out the pits now, so Andy's coming down the start straight. BT Targa's leaving the pit lane.
Oh, that's going to be... Andy's got him.
I'm not sure, you know, because of the turn 1. Oh, Andy spun it. Andy spun coming through turn 1. And has that just cost him the place to BT? No, he's managed to get it, so he would have had it done quite comfortably. But now he's going to have BT Targa all over the back of him. We're on lap 24, so everybody who's on the lead lap or is only one lap down have got to the point where you can score points. I think it's only Falguest and DJ Phil who maybe need to get to 1 or 2 more laps in then. And at the minute, BT Targa, can he sniff a P4 from Andy? Obviously, this will all help. Oh, BT just seems a bit slow to me through that section of the track. It's BT then, through the chicane. He comes now, and that's another good line through there. Down to the back straight he goes. Can he catch Andy? What a job this would be if he could do it. 1.6 is the gap.
Yeah, it's just looking at the times as well. Now that Valside's been released from the back of BT Targa, he's now into the 24s and pulled a little bit of a gap to G. So I think G's time to catch Valside is gone.
Yeah, I think G needed to get out done while he was behind BT Target. He's not been able to, so he's been able to let that one get away from him. This is the battle, though, for the end of this race, you'd imagine.
Andy through there nicely that time.
Yeah, no troubles that time for Andy. I wonder what happened. We was obviously on board BT coming out the pits. I wonder what happened to Andy through there on the last lap. Yeah. It was a very strange one.
Yeah, so I wonder whether he just touched the grass under braking. He's
twitchy. Very twitchy. He commented earlier saying it was nice to drive something other than the Ginetta. But he was very, very twitchy coming through the turn 3 section there.
Yeah, so I wonder whether he's got his brake bias set quite far back, so it's making the rears lock up, because that just then makes the car just spin around.
Maybe that's where he's comfortable in it, in that BMW. But it's he's had to hold on to one there again, and BT's dropped off the back as well. So BT, has he made a mistake this lap? But Andy, living life on the edge at the moment.
Yeah, he's living life dangerously.
Lap 26 to 30 if you're Vale side. I think everybody now has got onto the lap 23, so they'll all score points from this point on. What could have been for Andy though as well, had he not had to what we believe to a drive-through penalty? What could have been for him? Could have been a totally different race in this one, but down the start straight he comes now. He's got a 3.4 second gap back to BT Target, although he's just having a few wiggles through corners. It's either the brakes or tyres that are maybe going, Jamie.
Yeah, so it'll either be one of the two, and yeah, so when the brakes go, that doesn't fill you with confidence at all. So that's just, you feel you got to brake earlier, be quite smooth, be a bit more lenient with putting the power on. It just makes you slower overall.
G back into the 24s, but has lost 7 seconds to Valside. So G had a bit of a spin somewhere. Either way, Dan's not far off the back of him now. He's under 10 seconds. Is Dan? Dan's as close to G as G was to Valeside. We haven't seen much of. Let's guess. Where's Liam and Phil? We haven't seen much of Liam or Phil this afternoon. As there is Liam being lapped by Falguest for the first time in this one, so he's now not on the lead lap. He's on lap 26. He's a bit wide coming out of turn 3. There is Falguest in P9. Liam doing a good job, P7. I know we've had a few retirements and a few no-shows tonight, but good job from Liam. Solid. What seems to be a consistent race, keeping up his form from last night.
Yeah, so he's just to say, I think the first time he tested was
today. Last night, today.
Yeah. Yeah, so he hadn't had much time in the car, but he's doing pretty well for, say, with limited time he's had, and he's now catching the back of the other Porsche, which is Falguest.
Yeah, that's Falguest who's leading him through this. That's nicely done from Falguest. And Liam, he's pretty much he's having a good night. What about DJ Phil? He seems to be doing all right. He's just a couple of laps down his Phil. He's on lap 25. Falguest 2 minute each behind, so that's Falguest who's pretty much an extra lap and a half down on him. He's got Andy coming up to lap the back of him. Andy's gapped BT Target a little more here, so I reckon Andy's problems have sorted themselves out. But DJ Phil, he's, again, another solid night. The Pro-Am driver.
Andy's now in the 24th. G was in the 135.
We've lost Falguest, but Falguest has got past lap 23, so he has got to race distance. Hopefully, if he stays in, we'll be able to see. So we are down to 8 runners, but Falguest will score 7 points for 9th place.
Yeah, that last lap, just the one just before this G did a lap time of a 1:35. So he definitely made a mistake.
And only in the 27s now, so he's struggling. Had to retire, cooked the engine, retired on lap 24. So cheers Falguest, you will score points for that one. Obviously, you had to get to lap 23. You will score points for that then. So lap 24 for him. Unfortunate debut for him. Obviously, runner-up in another league and kart driver in the real world. So not the way you'd wanted to start the season. Bruno or Berno next week, whichever one you want to say, call it. So we'll have to see what he can do. G, he's had glimpses of pace tonight though, Jamie, but like you say, that bit of inconsistency has allowed Valeside to get away.
I think G's got a bit. Oh, he's on the grass. I believe G's got a bit of damage on the front. Not much, but you can just see this. There's a tiny amount. But yeah, so he keeps making mistakes, and Dan's only 6 seconds back. So that.
Yeah, I wonder if Dan could start licking his lips at this one.
Yeah, Dan could quite easily catch up if G started struggling.
We'll have to keep our eyes on the only G then, as they are on to lap 29. They're on the penultimate lap, so Dan needs to get his finger out. And G needs to have a big... Yeah, what has happened to Andy? I'll just notice out on the timing screens, what has happened to Andy? He's been, flying since a few wiggles, but BT Targa is now up into 4th, and the Pro-Am Mercedes driver, who's doing really well in that, will be wanting to get ahead of the Pro Ginetta driver at the minute, and he's done. Can he keep it this way? They've got 2 laps to hang on to this, so this could be an interesting battle to watch.
Yeah, that BMW looked so massive compared to that Ford GT. Yeah. I know there's a lot of memes about the M6 of how big it is.
It is a big car, though, isn't it? It is a huge car. Yeah, compared
to the Ford GT, how low the Ford GT is, and then you just see the absolute brute of the BMW behind.
Yeah. So BT Targa then ahead of Andy, and is doing exactly what he needs to do here. Just keeping him at bay. Now this is where we've seen BT struggle throughout the night, round this section here, so if Andy's patient enough, could maybe pick his way through. Valeside has crossed the line to start the final lap of the race, so keep an eye on the red dot on the track map and go to him as he crosses the line for what we assume will be his race win. Now Dan's still 6 seconds. Oh, Andy, bit of a slide there, the tyre squeal just a little bit. Dan's still 6 seconds behind G, so that one doesn't look like it's going to materialise.
Oh, BT a little wide.
Oh, Andy, a bit of a wiggle on the curb. Just as they're coming towards the end of this lap.
Yeah,
He sensed an
opportunity with BT making a mistake.
Yeah, I was just about to say, when BT made that error, Andy does the same thing.
Yeah, but look at that Ford GT, it's just gone down the straight.
Valeside then coming down towards the back straight. In fact, he's on the back straight now. It's been quite a dominant performance since he got past Andy. He did not get away at all, and since then he's not had to look behind him at all. It has been a comfortable drive for Valeside, who took the pole and is currently P1 on the circuit. If he's got the fastest lap, then that could be the clean sweep. Obviously the one and only pole that you'll get. He rounds the final corner now then, and it's lap 30 or 30. It's going to be Valeside that's going to take the debut win and the first win of the GTE season, so what a job from him. Good little race. The only G, he looks like he's going to come home to take second, although Dan has got the gap down just a little bit, so G struggling towards the end of this race, but the only G is going to come home to take the second place. Rounds the final corner now. He's not had an error on the exit. He's going to give a flash of the lights. That's going to be a P2 for him. Unorthodox. You can't keep this man off the podium at Simplay at the moment, apart from in the GT5s. Dan is flying. This then the battle for 4th and the final place. BT Targa against Andy. Couple of corners left here, Jamie, into the final one. If Andy needed to do it, he needed to do it there. He needs to hope that BT doesn't get the best exit. He's not got a bad one, and that Ford will just disappear. So that looks like it's going to be P4 for him and P5 for Andy. Great racing from them two. There is DJ Phil, who's going to finish P8 behind Disco McDisco Face, as Disco just laps his fellow BMW driver. P8 for DJ Phil Green then. And I think the only man who we haven't seen finish is that Bozzy Boy, as he was obviously in the middle of the pack during the battle. So Valeside taking the win. Who gets the fastest lap? 24.4 for Valeside is the fastest lap, so he does get the extra point. So a clean sweep for him, Jamie, tonight. What did you make to the GTs on their first outing?
Yeah, so that was some good racing. It was a lot of, so there wasn't a lot of on-track battles, but it was more strategic battles at the end of the day, and people just getting used to their cars. But yeah, it was a good night of racing.
Indeed, so we'll be back then on Monday night for the GT5s around Alton Park Island, where Jamie and Liam will be taking you through that one. Maybe joined by Green Pies again. We'll have to keep our eyes out for that one. But
that'll just be Liam and Green Pies, because I'm away.
Yes, you're away for that one. No, yes, you're away. So it will be Liam and Green Pies for that one. because you are away, you're on holiday. We'll be back then live for that 8 PM BST, where I'll be on the track and Liam and Green Pies will be in the commentary box. Join us live next Wednesday and Thursday for the Pro and Pro-Am around Silverstone, in which Jamie misses that one, so his double win this week is going to be ruined by a drop score of no points next week and only gaining 5 on his current drop score. We'll be back live, me and Jamie, next Friday, where hopefully the shopping may just be a little bit earlier and we can bring you a bit more action. Hopefully as well there's more cars on the circuit to talk about from all of us here at Simplay Motorsport, though. Thanks, Jamie, for being in the commentary box, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.